guys, welcome to Battle Settle, place where we discuss our favorite anime. I'm Yande.
I'm an eagle.
And today we're going to talk about solo leveling. So, okay, as a disclaimer, he was forcing me for such a long time to watch that, and I did. And now when we started to setting up everything, he was doing all the hard stuff, and I was just sitting and reading the manga that he got. So maybe I will steal some of this. So, with all this starting here, what would you like to talk about?
Okay, so let's start by questioning the morality of this whole situation, this whole world that we've been given by the author.
To be honest, at first I didn't like it that much because it was kind of boring, all these kind of things that we already seen. But when the main character Jinwoo started to lose his humanity, that's when I was like, yes, please, because when you're getting a power, you need to lose something. And for him, it was his humanity. He started to kill people, and now he's counting them. So far, it's like, as we see in the season 2, it's only 3 people, not counting all the monsters. But for me, that's adding something interesting for the anime. Otherwise, it will be all this stupid anime that's out there that I don't like. I'm sure there's a lot of people who like them, but for me it's really boring.
You see, like when I was watching it, I was doing a comparison between Breaking Bad and Solo Leveling. So in the beginning, both of them are considered losers, right? One starts as a deer run, and the other one is a chemistry teacher on high school. And then start doing a lot of things, and they're the more they advance in their careers, let's say, the more humanity they start losing. They start crossing boundaries, and then at some point they reach the point of no return, and then it's just downhill. They are going to hell, going all in with this conversion into an evil character, you know.
But it's fair enough. As been said by many years ago, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
And again, he needs to pay for leveling up with all those powers. And for me, he's becoming more attractive when he's just cold-hearted, just killing people. Damn. And not only me who noticed all those stuff. When the second season came out, all of my TikTok was in all edits about Jinwoo. I was like, can you stop? Literally, you're scrolling. It's like Jinwoo, his glow up and everything. So people like that kind of stuff. I guess, especially girls.
Yeah, I didn't. What I said, I didn't mean it as a bad thing. It was actually interesting, right? But Breaking Bad, as I mentioned, was one of the best series, and this is becoming one trending anime just because of that. You are seeing the downhill, the change or the transformation of a character, the more powerful it gets, and you get to see how power is corrupting him inside, and that's kind of interesting and well portrayed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. For everyone is different. It's just I thought you're gonna be again, oh no, it's not right. You need to be a good boy and follow all the rules. How you can kill someone?
No, I mean, I know that's boring for starters. You're portraying I'm the most boring character ever. I'm not. I'm just saying, hey, if we have two sides of the stories, hey, villains can be villains and heroes can be heroes. But in this case, the frontier is not well defined, and it's good that they are crossing. This is the path that they are exploring right from the beginning of the anime. It's not hey, they started in some direction and they immediately started turning and everything. So they kind of deviate from the purpose of the anime. No, in this case, they started to explore this path, and it's been coherent since the beginning till the end.
Wait, so you're not allowing Dabi to kill innocent people? But for Jinwoo, yeah, go ahead. It's your story. Enjoy.
Again, Dabi is killing innocent people.
And Jinwoo not?
So far, the only guy, the A rank character, that's the only guy who didn't actually deserve to be killed, right? The other ones, the guy who was killing the other prisoners, the inmates, in the dungeons that they did deserve it. The guys who were like
Who betrayed them?
yeah, the guys in the monster dungeon.
With a spider that you didn't warn me about.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Loved it.
I had forgot about the actual spider. I didn't even know.
I almost had a heart attack. Thank you again.
Okay. And those guys did deserve that too, right? They were doing, at the end of the day, they were basically serving food for the monsters, right?
Okay, so there are 3 people and one of them is innocent.
No, it's the majority of them like were.
Oh, so we're counting like that in the
Yeah.
percentage if there is more people who's innocent.
Another thing is, it's clear that it's turning into a villain, right? And I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it is the way they are going. Villains kill people. You keep saying that, right?
Not villains, just human beings.
Human beings don't kill people.
They do.
No.
That's the purpose of anime. When he needed to kill a person, like a human, that was the thing. He was like, now it's not a monster that I need to kill, but a real human. That was the dilemma. That was when he crossed that line.
It was either kill or the system would evict them from the game, right? So he needed to kill them anyway. Otherwise, there are consequences as it's been shown in the anime. We don't know the consequences for this.
So, from your point of view, he's the one who needs to be died because he's a good guy and he can't kill human being.
At that point, it was not up to him to decide. The decision has already been taken by the system.
But just in general, the system works really weirdly. Like in the first episodes of the second season, we noticed that when Jinwoo been having a fight with the elves, there was a glitch. When he asked like, "Who are you? Why are you killing human?" So he find a connection between that system that's leveling him up and those monsters.
Yeah.
So I guess there is a bigger meaning behind that.
Because he's probably a part of a bigger plot that we are yet to find out. We don't know yet what's going on. We don't know what's the whole situation or what's the whole scenario here. We don't have the whole picture. So it's hard for us to know what's the actual purpose of like the monsters and the other humans. Why is he so special? And why is he being treated different by the system itself? Because that's what the monster said, right?
I mean, I actually have an idea what it might be, because in my point of view, like the monster in the first episode of the first season, when he gave that power of like leveling to Jinwoo, so I guess he's the master of those monsters, and I think it's not his main location, but his main location on Jeju, where is all these ants that is mutating. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where they're gonna go to fight those ants, and that's where he's gonna find out about that main monster that giving those powers, that on charge of all those stuff.
So is this whole thing a training? That's what you're saying?
Not a training, but I guess like those monsters, they have a master. Mm-hmm. And I don't know the purpose of that. Maybe he wants to find the strongest like human in the world mm-hmm. by those systems. I don't know, it's just an assumptions. But I'm sure that on Jeju, there's going to be something that's going to reveal all this thing about the monsters, why they're doing that, what is happening. Because only on this island, monster can mutate. So there's definitely something.
Man, that kind of makes sense. But I guess we'll just need to wait to find out, right?
True.
Yeah. But then again, like, even though like I consider the system to be a little unfair, you know, because so, like this guy is basically broken, right? He's the only one leveling up. The other ones you can do like 1,000 missions and you won't like upgrade or anything. You remain at your level or your rank. You won't go further. But this guy is getting all of the powers from the anime, even the ones that he didn't get at the beginning and that he even saw. He's acquiring the souls of, like, he has Igris on his army, and now he's like even like waking up Iron, the other guy who just killed. Like, what, man? is what do you think? Like, is this a fair situation? Would you like to be a like not a secondary character in this world?
I mean, to be fair, the whole system is kind of fucked up because it doesn't depend on you what rank you're gonna be. Yeah, you can be born with the S rank or you can be an E rank, and you can't change that.
Yeah.
From that perspective of view, yes, that's definitely unfair. But at the same time, Jinwoo doing a lot to increase his level.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
exercising every day. He's having done some dungeons, some quests. So he's killing a lot of monsters. So he's working on that. I know if other like E ranks would have that opportunity, they would do the same. But here I feel like it's not about his motivation even. It's about his personality.
What do you mean?
I think system changes too. Because even though we talk that he's losing a little bit of his humanity, how he acts, how he is with other people, it's all changing. And it's not just from killing people or seeing what system showed to him. I think some kind he like on psychological level affects it. So, you know, there is advantages and disadvantages of that system. I would keep to the same system they're having right now. Yeah, you were born like a shit with the E rank, you staying like that. You are born with an S rank, yay, you're a hero here. I guess that will be unfair, but at least it wouldn't be that fucked up with like the system.
The question here is if it's fair. It's for sure it's not fair for anyone. But then again, this guy, Jinwoo, was the only one who actually stayed at the double dungeon until completing the final phase, in which he had to face God, and then God granted him this power, right? So he kind of deserved it for the courage that he shown on that mission. So even though it is an unfair advantage compared to every other character in this anime, he kind of did a lot to deserve it, right? While everybody else ran away, like
But
they
he
abandoned
didn't
him.
decide to stay. He literally couldn't physically.
Yeah, again, but he could have just like, hey, no, don't abandon me, stay with me or whatever, chicken out, right? And he even was trying to protect the other guys and trying to tell them, hey, run up to the guys with musical instruments or whatever. He was trying to find out like the whole mission, what was it about, and he kind of understood the words from the god, and then he, at the end of the day, he tried to stay, and even when he couldn't walk anymore, he didn't take away his sight from all of the statues, trying to control them for them not to advance. He fought with what he had until the very end.
But he didn't do anything extraordinary. Like the head of this guild that they've been having at that dungeon, he was also like, no guys, you saving. But since the girl was too exhausted and the Jinwoo lost his like legs, it was just impossible for them to escape. So it was like obvious that yeah, you go too, I'm staying here. Like he's already dead, he's already like what he can lose.
I mean, I probably were not gonna reach common ground in this one either. So
Sure.
okay. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Battle Settle. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on our social media and see you next week. Bye.